What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? Bear with me a moment here. My media player crashed right as I was about to start. Not sure what's up with it. Give me just a moment here though to try to get it dialed in. I wanted to play some music here today instead of the in-game music. Might just have to go with the in-game music. Let me see. I'm gonna have to Control Alt delete it. Oof. Oh, there it went. It closed on its own. All right, let's try this again. All right, we'll see how long it lasts. What's up, Done It? Yeah, there's a community development team for DDA. Here's information all about it on their Steam page or on my YouTube channel. Anyway, I wanted to farm some golden rock pets today. After my beat down yesterday on the prop cats, I figured I could use a nice little confidence booster. So we're going to be doing Wave 100. Dizzy with the sub. Thank you so much. We're going to be doing Wave 100 or Wave 96 starts on Lycan King difficulty. Or Dune Eater, pardon me. And I'm going to try to do a different build every time. It's almost 6 years. Crazy, huh? What are we going to start off with? Well, I got DSTs. I wonder if DST builds still work. Oh, my media player crashed again. All right, let's just go with in-game music. Since I don't know what the deal is with that, but... We got no music right now. Oh, there it comes. I might have to adjust it. We'll have to see how it goes. Anyway, do we want to try a DST build? I'm not sure a DST build will work in for this. Well, I mean, definitely we'll need other stuff, but I mean, just as far as the main damage. Maybe we'll try this. Let's go with this. We'll go, explosive trap, gas trap. I almost feel like that's too much. Who do I got here? That's my PDS guy. Or I got a beamer in deck. Yeah, I almost feel like this is too much up front. Yeah, let's just split the core. DST and LTs. Oh, you did? Very nice. That's always a great combo. Got the DSTs for the big guys and then the LTs for the little guys. I can actually fit another hero in the deck. Yep, you can, but is it really worth farming yet is the question. when assuming you already have the other characters already set up. I personally am going to wait until they get another difficulty in, but that's just me. Let's just put an explosive there, and then we'll split. We'll split this lane. Now, how would we want to do this? Well, let's start off with some DSTs here. Let me check the targeting on them, too. I don't know what I have them set at. I haven't used them since this update. I got them set at strong. That's probably fine, because I want these mainly killing the ogres. Am I using the rune? Yeah, I do have the rune. I tell you what, I got an idea. Instead of going DST LTs, can actually have that cover. Can almost have them cover everything. Let's go DSTs and magic missiles, and we'll change the magic missiles over to fodder targeting. I'm pretty sure I've got that. Yeah, I've got an Arcanist set, and I've got the rune in, so we good there. But how many DSTs do I want? I mean, they're pricey at 8 a pop. So if I put down 3 more, it would pretty much be done with the DU. What if I just put 2 more? And I want to try to get away with buffing with just the summoner. Let's see, let's get our buff beams down. Didn't put them close enough together, huh? Looks like we'll get them. What does that leave? That leaves 12. It's actually not that bad. Because then I could go... Well, I need a siren in here too, or reflect beams. See, that would leave me 1 DU short there. Let's just go 2 magic missiles then. Let me double check their targeting too. We'll put them on fodder. They're on air. Yeah, let's put them on fodder. And then that leaves me 5 for a siren bubble. I don't know if this is going to work. Let's see, I want to change pets too. What do we got here? A speedy. And a striking. Yeah, let's use those two. Alright, let's see if it's going to hold. Of course, it would be better if I boosted with the apprentice. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should just boost with the apprentice. It sure is nice not having to repair anything, though. Let's try it with the Summoner first. If it doesn't work, then I'll swap over and boost with the Apprentice. That's weird that I ran out of mana. Or I guess I didn't run out. I had enough to upgrade everything. It's like I normally have like 40,000 left, though. Alright. Let's get the striking and the speedy going on these. And then, we'll see how it goes here. What are those magic missiles shooting at? Now they're shooting at stuff. Maybe it was a spider that had just died and they were still shooting at it or something. That copter ogre is just not dying. I think copter ogres are going to be a problem. I mean, I could always change the magic missiles over to air. I think that's the thing to do. The thing with the DSTs, actually the DSTs being on air might just fix the problem too. Because I've got striking going on them, so they should be blasting those copter ogres like way, way out. The DSTs are on strongest right now. This map, the problem you run into, particularly in Wave 100, is the ogres are just... There's a lot of mobs, and the ogres just really push into the cores. So if you have something set to strong... Now, if I had 3 different things going, we could solve all the problems. I think the copter ogres will actually probably die pretty quick if I switched it over to strong, or switched it over to air, the DSTs. So I could leave the magic missiles on fodder. But to be honest with you, I got, what, 13 DU plus buff beams worth of fodder killing stuff set up already. So do I really need anything to be set on fodder? Probably not. I mean, the electric R's are going to burn off all of the goblins and orcs for sure. And so nothing really took any damage. Let's do that. Let's just make some switches here. So let's swap, actually let's put everything on air. Didn't really take any damage. See the ogres? Yeah, you gotta have something on strong on this map. I should not have swapped them. Or I should have swapped the magic missiles and not the DSTs. Or vice versa, for that matter. Alright. I think the build will work. I think a buffing with an apprentice would be huge, too. Huh, only 53,000 mana. That's weird. You'd think I'd be getting the 99,000 on wave 100, but... the thing is I've already got all the heroes all set up. Everyone is already set up in min-maxed gear. So it just, you know, I would delete heroes to do that, and it's just not worth the time in the current state of the game. I mean, it's a nice thing, don't get me wrong, but it's also just something that would not do anything for me other than use up a bunch of time. So, I mean, when you've got 60 heroes all decked out, adding another Arcanist piece doesn't really do much for your quality of life. Alright. Well, what do we want to switch these to? I feel like we leave the DSTs on strong. What the hell? Camera view went all wonky on me. Is that what we do? Let's see. Well, we can leave the magic missiles, I guess. Let's put these back on strong, and we'll leave the magic missiles on air. See if that makes a difference. Yeah, there we go. That should work. There, no, we got him. Well, the build itself was fine. I was just using the wrong hero. That build was, I mean, you saw even on the fail runs how long it ran before it exploded. The build itself was great. Oh, you know what? What am I doing? Let's do this instead. Let's get rid of that and that. Actually, let me get rid of both of those. And let's go like this instead. And then that gives me 10 more DU. Or I still need the siren, that's right. I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but on the same note, am I really going to get in any trouble? Probably not. I might limit the amount of insider trading I get in the future, but a little birdie told me not to farm prop cats yet because they're going to get buffed. So the golden prop cats are going to get buffed very soon. So that's why I didn't go back into Alk Labs today, the real reason. Please don't share that too terribly much, because I don't know if that's public information. It may be public information. All right, and we just basically got free CC for our copter ogres. So let's do that. You have to hit the continue button instead of the return to tavern button. Vax. It's not obvious when you're playing, you know? Once you do it, you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. DSTs don't need a buff now. They're still incredibly powerful. I mean, I love using them, so I wouldn't complain. But if you're using DSTs, the smart play is to use an apprentice booster. First off, you get the flat builder bonus from versatility. But then additionally, the apprentice tower boost is incredible. But it's Sunday, and I am just in the mood to chillax it out, and that's why I'm taking the summoner route. This is about the least effective form of boosting I could do. But this is what I'm doing. Alright, let's check out what happens now with like the... There's an ogre right there. The copter ogres are going down faster. Oh, did I speak too soon? Yeah, they're getting hit. That's the first real challenge in the game, Vax. Don't feel bad about that. I can tell you that when that launched, the first legitimate clears of that from people who were already completely decked out in gear. The first legitimate clears for that in Massacre mode came... it was like 9 hours after the update hit. And that was 9 straight hours of straight grinding trying to beat it. So don't feel bad about that. Speak of the devil. Aramir is the first clear and the first legit clear is Aramir. And as far as I know, I got clear number 2. But I know for, like, my clear, it was like 9 to 10 hours after the update launched. And like I said, that was 9 hours of straight running it and trying it over and over and over and over again. The test is, especially the test 3, is very likely impossible now until they get it dialed in. Some of those things, you know, need some tweaks. Just got to remember, it's 2 guys that are volunteering their time that are new to everything involved. And they're just learning to use the systems and everything. Well, remember too, with the bonus difficulties, they do go in order. Now, you can ignore the first 2 bonus difficulties, but like the game's natural progression, it's meant for you to do Ancient Dragon bonus difficulties, then Lichen King bonus difficulties, then Dune Eater bonus difficulties. You know, but skipping right to Lichen King is going to be a challenge. Like, you go back and run some maps on Ancient Dragon bonus difficulty and get a few upgrades, and your stats will increase incredibly right out of the gates, you know, just from doing that. But yeah, 5 to 6K is super low for trying the first Massacre the Keep run. Just got to remember what it is, and it actually doesn't have as much play as the other Dungeon Defenders games. But just by having the name Dungeon Defenders in the title of the game means it's a grind game. So, I mean, it's meant for you to grind it out, upgrade some gear, all that. It's not like a game that you just play through. I personally wouldn't even bother doing that map until you're in fused gear. Rifted, the difference between doing it on rifted and non-rifted mode is pretty substantial. And the fusion gear is double damage. And then right now it's a tough time to be starting because there's just a lot of things for someone that's starting fresh or someone that's just coming to the game. And like one of it is there's, you know, runes are only dropping from the victory chest. And runes are a very important part of the game now. Nice, Scally. Awesome. How we doing? I haven't even looked. Looks like copter ogres are dying now. The trash mobs are just dying to the auras. So, I mean, I think all is well. We'll find out. And then remember, too, the sirens are 4 DU. And you can do a lot with 4 DU worth of reflect beams. So the siren rune is more of a kind of a cool factor thing and not having to worry about placement as much. But you can get the same thing accomplished with just reflect beams for 4DU, you know? You guys missed, if I would have known, I would have saved some of those runes. But if you guys think back, what, I guess it's been 2 years ago probably now? Like my last Dungeon Defenders Awaken stream at the end, like 2 years ago, I gave away like 4 tabs, 3 tabs or 4 tabs worth of godly runes. I had like 5 godly runes for every rune in the game. And gave them all away on live stream. Sorry, don't mean to rub it in. But yeah, I did. Or if I would have known they were going to do the CDT thing, I probably would have just saved those and gave them to people now that... Because now it's a struggle to get them, you know? Are we holding up on everything? We're all good, all that stuff. My flash heals enough to keep most of that all full up. Yep. And then, like, the way they did, I don't know what... I must have kind of... I do really like the dice pets in DD1, so I'm assuming maybe I had a little bit of a draw to the dice pets, but, like, I don't even want to go through my stash. It is such a mess, and you can't use the sorting tabs there. The sorting filters don't work in your stash. I hope that's something that they look at too, but that's probably going to be really difficult to fix. I mean, if it was something easy, Phil would have done it when he put the stash in, you know? Sorting does work in the stash now? The last I looked at it, it didn't work for me. But yeah, anyway, I looked and I had like, we can check when I go out there, Cool Gamer. I checked right after the update launched and it wasn't working then. The first update. It's all about stats there, Vax. It's not a matter of what quality the gear is. Like if you got perfect passive rolls on like a high roll nightmare piece, it's going to be way better than something without perfect passive rolls on a lower quality piece from Massacre. The sort works on consoles. Yeah, we'll check once this one's over. We'll have to see. This map really, the challenge is Wave 100. I mean, you can sit here and easy mode it through 96, and then you get to Wave 100 and the ogres come shit all over you. My problem is I obsessively collected those dice pets. And I'm sure they're probably all junk, but I bet I got like 200 dice pets in the stash. And I saw that and I was like, I'm not even going to mess with this. It's my favorite pet in any of the Dungeon Defenders games, the dice pet from DD1. Still to this day, when I log in and play DD1, there's a very strong chance I'm going to go farm dice pets, you know? Well, all our problems seem to be resolved by changing those targeting around. I think the spiders helped a ton too. I got the spiders set to air. I worked on a craps table in a casino for about 25 years there, Cool Gamer. So I got a little bit of a history with the dice. Me and the dice go way back. Nothing's needing repairs, right? Yeah, it's just blast through. We can go back out and check in. I gotta reset my loot filter too. Going back and forth between that fresh start playthrough and this one. My loot filter gets whacked out every time. So far so good. Everything's dying. Copter ogres aren't getting too uppity. Yeah, I got strongest on DST, and then I got air on spiders and the magic missiles. The ogres get a little zergy on this one. Do you know, did something change with the tree route there? If you're still there, Cool Gamer, the tree route and snare stacking, it seems, I mean, I obviously don't know the numbers behind the scene, but it seems like they're not stacking anymore. I don't know, it even almost seems like sometimes ogres don't get ensnared at all. Yeah, I'm actually going to put out a video about that, how to get feedback in. A lot of people, well, I mean, the majority of players don't use Discord for any game. DD1 actually has a very large population, or in the DDRNG Discord server. But a lot of DD2 and DDA players don't use Discord. So I'm going to tell people they can just put feedback directly to me, and then I'll consolidate it and get it to you. Copters are getting closer now, but they do get stunned by the gas. So as long as one of the ground mobs sets it off. It just doesn't look like any of them are getting close enough. That gas trap might not be doing anything for the copters. Yeah, they're hitting the brakes right there. Well, if a Jinn buffs a mob, it becomes CC immune. Like a Jinn buffed Kobold or a Jinn buffed Mage would quite frequently ruin runs. But I don't think that ever applied to ogres before. I'm not positive on that. I don't recall ever really seeing an issue with it. But maybe it's something with the Jinn buff. Alright, wave 100. Let's just let it pop off here. We'll get back to Tavern and check that sorting thing. Well, no, not copters, but ground ogres, Dizzy. Like, I've noticed, you know, I ain't gonna lie. To go after the Corgi pets, I sat on Foundries and Forges. I already had wave a gazillion unlocked. I could just go right into wave 496. I got 496 unlocked on this map, too, I think. Could just go right in and look at the Corgi pets. And I noticed that I struggled a lot more at wave 500 than I used to. Now, part of that is going to be because of the spider nerf and the overdrive nerf for the buff beams. But it also seemed like ogres weren't getting slowed, and I triple stack CC on that map. I usually go with an ensnare, a tree, and a gas trap. Now, the gas trap has never affected the ogres, but the gas trap would bunch trash mobs up in front of it, and it would make it so the ogre couldn't pass. In previous times playing the game. Maybe ground ogres can get tree buffed. I don't use the rune for gas traps. I don't even remember what it does, to be honest. Or maybe I do use it. I don't know. I'll have to look. I don't even remember what it does. Like, I used to full chill mode, you know, leave and let it run overnight. to be honest with you, while I was sleeping, with a G macro on Foundries and Forges up to 7 and 800 pretty easily. Like if I loaded up a run like at 9 o'clock at wave 26, and I usually play to get everything upgraded and then go to bed and let it run, it would be like wave 700 or 800 or whatever in the morning. Well, I mean, it may have been something inadvertent. One thing I'm sure you will find out more than anybody else, being a Dungeon Defenders game, is you make one change to one thing and it somehow manages to affect 18 other items. That's just, it's in the base code. If you look back to DD2 and you look back to DD1 or DDA, how they started development of the game was they ported Dungeon Defenders 1 into a fresh engine. And the bugs existed, those bugs existed in DD1. Alright, let's check out this rock. If you just posted something today, I didn't see it. Where you at, rock? What a trashy giraffe. That's a helmet. There's my rock. Or no, that's another helmet. Where the hell's my rock? There it is. Alright, the stats on that one are looking fat, but obviously missing a stat. I don't know if it's true, but I heard rumors that these could go up to 10,000. That one, I'm going to leave it on the ground. Missing a stat is a nope to me. There will be no settling here. Alright, let's head back out to Tavern and check the stash. Here's my... Here's my dice obsession. Alright, speaking of, let's just go to a tab. Let's filter it. Make sure I don't have anything selected here. Okay, there's nothing selected. Let's filter it to pets. Not working. Let's try something different other than pets. Let's try, say, gloves. Wait a minute, I'm on the wrong tab. Make sure I don't have pets selected there still. Or let me see, was I on the wrong tab before? I thought I chose the first tab. Let me see. Oh, and there it is. Now it's working. Oh, the number changes when you open it. Oh, I see. It's not like your regular inventory. You know what? It's probably been like that since the day it launched, and I'd always thought that it just didn't work. Check the sort newest. Yeah, it's working on the first tab now, too. Let me see. When we do that, if we choose newest, instead go by, say, item power. Yeah, it definitely changed things around. Got any badass Monkey Kings in here? No, we got my old ones that I've upgraded since. So that's the thing. You just have to, when you open the filter, you have to select the tab. Which I'm pretty sure I haven't been doing the entire time. So it may have been like this since launch. I don't know. Because like I'm used to your regular inventory where you select the tab, then you open the filter. And you're on that tab. You know? So that's probably what the deal was. go through and fix my filters. Let me see. What were we talking about? We were talking about gas trap runes. Am I even using it? Yeah, it looks like I am using it. Yeah, I think that 200% more damage is only affecting 7 targets kind of sucks, but that damage bonus is quite nice. I don't know. I guess it would be situational. It would be dependent on how you wanted to use it. I use the hand pet for some of those challenges, but I use damage pets. I don't use healing pets. The way I look at it is if I can't stay alive, then it's a problem with my character. But yeah, I think that's definitely a good rune, but it's situational. Like, if you're using your gas traps for, like, a first-time survival clear, and you're trying to, like, hold off the horde, then, yeah, it's probably not good. Alright. I said I was going to try it with a different build every time. Let's try it with LTs this time. What have I got LTs set at? I think I want them... I think we do the same thing. Magic missiles are on air. I got LTs on strong. That's questionable. But they do bounce. That's extremely questionable. I don't know. Let's see how a wave goes. Big ol'... That transmog on this weapon is just dumb. People wanted the big weapons, and that's why Phil put it in, but... Why on earth did I pick that one? I think I put it on just because it was new at the time. Comically large beginner staff. Alright, let's try some LTs. Maybe we'll get a rock yet today. That's the highest stat roll I've seen on him so far. I think it's questionable having these LTs on strong, though. We're going to have to see how the DU works out, too. How much are they? They're 7 a pop. Part of me wonders, do I try it with 1 aura stack and then striking boost the aura stack? Let's try it out, just to mix it up, not do the same thing every time. All right. I mean, that will be pretty good size, right? Let me see. Where are they going out to? Yeah, they're big boys. They're getting way out there. Alright, where was LTs again? F6? And then, do I have an Arcanist piece? I do, so we can go some magic missiles too. So right now, what I got magic missiles on air, right? Yeah, magic missiles are on air, so I still have something on air. I'm thinking LTs might have a problem reaching far enough without striking boosting it, but we'll find out. Wouldn't be the first time I ever lost a map, or the last. I can actually do more LTs now, or more magic missiles. leaves me 6 more DU after I buff beam it. Well, it leaves me 2 more DU because I got a Siren it still too. Yeah, the Arcanist helmet, and you get an Arcanist helmet for gloves, or for the helmet off of the keep, and then you get Arcanist gloves off of the temple map. So you can actually fuse 3 defenses. You know what? I can be sloppy with the buff beam since I'm going to have extra DU. Alright, we need to get a Siren in. We'll go like that. That leaves me 4. What am I missing? How do I have 4 left? What did I forget? I got 3 buff beams in there. Shit, man. We can even do this. Whatever you enjoy playing, really, Vexel, you can use anything. The Summoner with 2 bombers, it's doable, but the problem, and it's actually, since it got buffed, it's now the highest DPS in the game. But the bombers do what they want, and they're not always going to target the boss. So they might just be spraying shots all over the place, you know? Alright, no gas traps. We're going to have to see if this works out. Arcanist helmet from the keep and Arcanist gloves from the temple. They're Cherubian. And those fuse the first and second piece, and they make up the set for any of the set bonuses. So, like, you can go with, say, a minor set of gear for slot number 3, and then get the helmet, Arcanist helm, and gloves, and you got slots 1, 2, and 3 covered. The golden Zephyr puts in work. I did it once and got a shitty roll, so I didn't bother going for another one yet. One of the benefits for the people that went after the transmogs before, you got those wave unlocks where, you know, Aramir and I speed ran getting all the golden transmogs when they first launched. We split the maps and then gave each other the unlocks. So we got all the transmogs incredibly fast. Alright, and we're going to buff these. Alright, let's see if this even holds 1 wave. You notice that the cursor disappears in Overlord mode now, Cool Gamer, which wasn't a thing before. So I can't really see where I'm targeting for the flash buff. So I kind of have to just figure it out on my own, and then I can look around. Alright, now we getting wrecked. That is a nope. I think if I was buffing the LTs instead, that probably would have been different. A little different scenario. But, whatever. I want to get some golden rocks, but I'm more here just trying to have some fun today and playing around with derpy stuff. Alright, so let's split it again. Like, if you select a minion to move them, then the cursor reappears. But just by default, the cursor's gone. Even to, like, select the minion, you have to kind of move the cursor around to kind of figure out where the minion is before you can select them, you know? Oh, that's a good idea. Hit repair. I never had a problem with it before. But, you know, not to say it didn't exist before, but I personally never had a problem with it. All right, let's at least get a gas trap here for the copters. Not going to buff that. All right, let's try this again. Little, not very pretty placement, but we'll make do. All right, and that actually ate up all of my DU, huh? Because I still need... All right, we just can't go that many. Do we go 2 and 2? Let's go 2 and 2 instead. Not with all these R stacks and stuff in. And we need what? If we did that, we would need 13. But we still got 23. So I got 10 more DU to work with. Well, what we could do is do this and go with four magic missiles. I almost called them Magic Mikes. Good lord. That's what folks called them back in the day. You can only imagine what movie was popular at the time. What we can do then is I can throw like an oh shit gas trap over here to help out versus fodder on this side. And then we need, what, one more buff beam? Or no, we just need the siren. Yeah, see, like right now I've got the cursor. So I can select the siren and move it over. Oh, I got it that time too. I don't know, maybe it is an intermittent bug. Wisps are still good, but they're better at single target damage than they are at clearing. If that explosive rune got looked at, maybe the explosion radius increased a little bit. That would make wisps a hell of a lot better. Well, the thing is the ogres aren't enraged. The other mobs are enraged. It's the way it's always worked. The other mobs are enraged, which makes them an enemy to the ogre that has more aggro. So the ogre stops what he's doing and turns around and goes for his homie, who he thinks at the time is not actually his homie. So yeah, enrage auras are incredibly strong. Oh shit, did I not put the siren down? Or yeah, I got the siren down. Or I noticed it late. Alright. Just need to hit these guys. Alright, we got those 4 buffed. Let's see if this one works. It's a little questionable having an AoE defense set as my... Yeah, I just don't think they're strong enough. That ogre's just gonna make it in. Yeah, it's over. Even that ogre didn't look like he was ensnared. He was not moving in slow motion. So the problem is we got all the problem with this map, or the challenge of this map, is the ogres, be it ground ogres or copter ogres. So you just need more. You need more heavy hitter, like single target damage. So yeah, I'm gonna just nope out on the LTs. Now I could probably add those in as something else. Or add them in as like a supplemental to something else. What else do we want to try out? Oh, I didn't try any spiders that time. We all know PDS works. Do I want to try another single target defense? Let me actually try... Let's put fireballs. We'll do fireballs and LTs. Let me see. Let me make sure I got everything plugged in. Yep, I got his fireball rune. I've got those on strong now. Let's do that. We'll do fireballs and LTs, and I'll change the LTs so they got a different targeting. Well, the 25% feels really bad nowadays. Like the CC on the spider and the damage from the poison dot from the rune is why you use spiders now. That one qualifies, just giving you a hard time, cool gamer, but that one qualifies as nerfed into the fucking ground status. Going from 100% bonus damage to 25% is just extreme. Nah, just survival. That would be a cool addition if down the road they could get endless in mixed mode. All right, now what were we doing here? We're doing fireballs. Is my fireballer? It is indeed. Alright, I don't think I need to look at what they're targeting. They got such a wide range. We can just spray them out here. And these are only 4, so I can use a bunch of them. So, I mean, stuff should be getting slapped in the face. With that. And then LTs, we wanted to switch to what? Just leave LTs on special. How many can I get in? Yeah, I'm using the rune on the flame burst, but the flame bursts are just for the ogres. See what? I need 12. I need 16. I guess that will work. And then another big part of the problem is going lazy mode, buffing with the summoner. You know. It's the AFK route. It's not the smart move route. Yeah, that's probably fine. I got 4 left. Didn't I just remove a fireball, or was my math off? Maybe my math was off. See if we can't get these down again. Oh, god dang it. I can't squeeze them in there now. Son of a bitch. Takis, what's up, man? How you been? All right, and then we had what? LTs. Oh, that was right. 3 LTs. Okay. There we go. Oh, shit. God dang it. Now I gotta scrap them all again. Good call there, Dizzy. I wasn't aiming the fireballs. I was just placing them. Good call, good call. Hopefully I got them spaced enough where I can actually slap them in this time, though. Little suspect on that side, but we'll get it. Come on. All right. It's the peekaboo flame, flame burst there, Mushroom. I tell you what that is. That is the negative side of using too many PDS and being able to just throw them down everywhere without looking. Oh, I'd have been wondering forever, man. Why are my stuffs not pewing? Alright, this one, as long as the trash mob's clear, I think... I mean, this one should be okay. The fireballs hit pretty hard with that rune. Man, if I would have had 3 more left, I would have loved to have had a gas trap there for the copters, though. They're having Trump call plays on the Lions game? Oh my god. Yeah, see, when you hit G is when your cursor disappears. So it's working during the build phase, not working during the combat phase, is what it looks like. Oh yeah, always like a good fireworks show. What they need, what would make these way, way stronger, is if they had that anti-clipping feature that, like, harpoons have. Look how many projectiles I'm losing into that wall right there. Like, if they can't be smart enough to know they can't reach the target, then the anti-clipping thing should get put in for that. They definitely pounded out, though. That is a serious face punch. Copter's getting crazy close. Wonder why they weren't targeting the copters. There was nothing else. There was no stronger mobs on the map. Yeah, see, it's working on this one. Yeah, spiders would benefit, sludges would... pretty much every projectile would benefit from that, you know? It's almost the way it should just be for projectiles. Because if it can't reach it, it shouldn't shoot it, you know? And without, like, changing the entire AI of the tower, I think that would be the easiest fix, you know? Well, it's working, but these copter ergers are going to be a problem in Wave 100, I think. Man, even just getting one magic missile in and putting it on air would be so huge. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, I don't have spiders either. Jesus, how am I constantly forgetting the spiders? It's because they got nerfed into the ground. Sorry, cool gamer. Had to give you one more cheap shot. Let's see. What do we do? Well, spider's 3 and that's 4. Let's at least do that. Yeah, that leaves me the 2. I just got to figure out where I can fit it. The spiders actually don't really need to be buffed. What do I do? Let me see. Let me go away and look at what I got here. I don't think I could fit it on a current buff beam. What if I slapped it here? That'd probably be alright. It's still going to get protected from the siren. It's on air. What are the spiders on? I think they're on air as well. They're on strong. Do we want the spiders on air too? Oh, magic missiles have the highest range in the game. Damage dealt? Well, I mean, that's single target versus something hitting a bunch of targets, so it's not going to be a super accurate representation of anything, really. 5.1 bill on that. 4.9. Actually close. Like I said, the fireballs hit like an absolute truck. Considering the LTs are hitting a shitload of targets every shot, and the fireballs are only hitting 1, that's pretty good. I mean, they hit like a truck. That rune is just tremendous, you know? If they weren't single target and they kept their explosions, people would use that all the time. But then it would be, they'd use it all the time because it'd be broken, It'd be just broken levels of powerful, you know? Alright, let's see what's happening. The magic missile's plugging in some shots now. We just need stuff to drop before it gets... Yep, that one's fine. Yeah, it's doing alright. One magic missile made that big of a difference. That's crazy, huh? Yeah, I take that back. Magic missiles don't have as much range as like a PDS or a DST, but they do have ridiculous range. I don't think the scalers ever got fixed. Magic missiles get ridiculous value from upgrades. Yeah, they're bunching up a little bit there now. The gas trap would go a real long way. Maybe 2 spiders was a little much. Yeah, I should just put in 1. Oh, that one got destroyed. Well, it had the fireballs hitting it too, I would guess. What's up, Vader? How you doing, man? His copter eggers are getting uncomfortably close, that's for sure. But they're dying. They are dying. I don't have a gas trap there on this one. A gas trap would make a big, big difference. I mean, they're so good, you know? Plus, we'd be getting the double damage on the copters then, too. Alright, I don't think we need to repair anything, right? Took a little bit there. Let's just let it fly. Uh-oh. This guy's coming in. Oh, no, he got wrecked. It seems to be holding up okay. I mean, the one ogre got in a little uncomfortably close, but he still wasn't really that close. Let's see this one. This one's walking down too. I bet he's out of line of sight there is the problem. See, like the PDS or whatever would have been hitting it when it was way up around like that southeast portion of the screen. And then the DST would have been hitting it up there too. is the difference. We lose line of sight. I don't really feel too bad about that, because they are getting nuked as soon as they come back into line of sight, so not really that bad. Ah, the LT chains. Gotta love them. So yeah, that is a good idea if you hit R to repair first. And that shows you where your cursor is. Definitely a good idea. God, just a slow burn, though. All those projectiles rolling out does just look glorious, though. So many copters, huh? They're outside of range. What is going on up there? Oh, they had gotten... Oh, they landed on that. The copters got killed and the ogres landed here, so it was out of line of sight of the flame burst. Or fireball. Are they fireballs or are they flame bursts in DDA? In DD1, they're fireballs. They're flame bursts. DD2, they're flame burst. It's a lot easier to break into Vax, especially if you've been trying to get the Lycan King difficulty. Getting the Ancient Dragon difficulty is going to go a long way for you. The main thing is progressing. You know, you get your base tier of what you can clear. And, you know, Massacre. You get the Massacre first. And then after that, you just work your way up. But like I said, you can skip the first two bonus difficulties because they affect so little. Like the Demon Lord bonus difficulty only affects Act 1 maps. The Goblin Mech bonus difficulty only affects Act 1 and 2 maps. And then the Ancient Dragon bonus difficulty will only affect Act 1, 2, or 3 maps. Chiku, what's up, man? Long time no see. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, welcome. I almost sent you a message the other night, and then I got distracted by something. I'm at a point where I just don't know what to do as far as DPS characters in DD1. Like, I've got a fairly decent pet booster monk set up, or hero boost monk. I got a fairly decent EV laser beamer for the quick blasts. Well, the deal is higher than Act 3 map. Vaxel is already a higher difficulty than Dragon difficulty. So where you would use Ancient Dragon difficulty is to like farm a better accessory or a better one of the boss weapons. from Act 1, Act 2, or Act 3. But then you'd additionally be just getting higher quality of loot, too. Oh, the Warden's a beast. I've been using the Warden quite a bit. The Warden Wisps are like a fountain of glory. They're not like the wisps that fly around, like the wisps in DDA or the bees in DD2. They're like straight up fountain of glory. But yeah, you combine the Warden and the Hermit, and you got absolute beast mode that'll clear just about anything. All right, was that 100? Or was that 99? Looks like that was 99. So let's let it fly again. The spiders blow up a whole lot quicker. The enemy spiders. With whatever has changed here. They probably just have LT projectiles bouncing over to them or something. Yeah, I've been farming. I'm in desperate need of some armor upgrades with all the new characters that launched in DD1. It's the same as always for me, Chico. I've always had fairly decent builders, and my DPS characters are all shit. But now it's like at the point where like I'd want to try out like True Boss Rush and stuff like that. And I just don't have the DPS characters for it. It's been that way always for me. I've always, like, I've never had a problem with, like, armor farming or anything like that. Yeah, I've been doing, what Ruthless Theoden told me to do, Ruthless Pure Strategy Royal Gardens. With the change to boosters. So that's what I've been doing. And man, the Warden just, once again, like the combo of the Warden and the Hermit just raffle stomps that. This is, I mean, the Copter Ogre's got a little closer than I'd like a few times, but this has been pretty smooth running. Yeah, pretty much all DPS characters. You just monk everything. I do have a decent monk. I mean, I could probably just monk everything too. I think the challenge there is I don't know what pet. Like, I would have to just do some homework. I don't know what pet to use against what boss, etc. But I mean, I've got most of the pets, either a decent roll off of a map or like the event equivalent or whatever. I mean, I don't have everything, but I do have quite a few, quite nice assortment to choose from. All right, let's see it. Come on, you stupid rock. Little wizard. I think I've got a decent little wizard. Trash giraffe. Yeah, we got decent stat rolls, but not incredible stat rolls, and missing a stat again. So that one is just another nope. Nope. All right, what do we want to try this time? me get rid of this Garbo. I mean, we could do DSTs. I don't have harpoons set up, or harpoons would steamroll the map. It's at the very beginning of getting CDT updates, so it's still got a long way to go. But it's at the start of people are looking at it again. What's up, Justin? We could do sludges or something. Let me see, did those get changed around? No. What do I got my sludge launchers at? We have to change them to strong. What do we put with that? Well, we can throw some more LTs in. All right. Let's give it a whirl. Well, nice, Justin. Hopefully you're having fun. Check the runes and stuff on that. All right, what do we have? We got the sludge rune in, and the entangling roots. And actually, man, I wish we could do that. Actually, we can after we upgrade it, I bet. Yeah, we good. So we can use that as some CC. All right, let's do it. These ones, I think I should look at how I'm placing them and not just throw them down. They'll have the same issue. There's going to be a line of sight section, but I don't think it'll be that bad. All right, so we got 27 left. We need a siren. We need spiders. Let's see. Let's get our siren in. Move the siren as far out of the way as we can. And what did I say I was going to use with them? LTs? What, 369. That would be all I could do. Let's try it with just spiders. And then that would let me get in a gas trap up front for the copters too. Little wonky placement, but it'll be fine. Alright, that leaves me 5. I think that's the thing to do, is just throw a gas trap here. Strongest is going just off of the enemy's max health. Air goes directly to special. So air targets flyers first, and then goes to special after that. I don't remember the exact orders off the top of my head because it's been so long, but there is a video on my YouTube channel going through all this stuff. And then, just for good measure, 1 magic missile. Oh, wow. 41-16. They whooping ass, huh? Yeah, she'll be pretty stoked about that. She was a little turned off by the NFL as soon as the male cheerleaders started rolling out in force. But she's still, you know, once you're a fan of a team, you're going to be a fan of a team, no matter what the league is doing. Do Supreme ones exist, Tato? I mean, that would be incredible. Oh, they do exist. Check the OD with missile for % buff. I don't know what you mean. The range? The range goes crazy with it. No? No, why I sold it for nothing. Oh, the rune? No. I don't know what you're talking about, Dizzy. But yeah, if you look at the range anyway, since I sold it, I might as well show you. 24.61 base range. And then you start upgrading it. Why would it not let me upgrade it? Oh, it didn't give me the mana back. Alright, we'll look next wave. I'm gonna go lazy mode again and summoner it. Did I upgrade everything? I must have. Sludges have just always been so good, but that is another one that, I mean, pretty much every projectile could greatly benefit from that anti-clipping thing that, like, the harpoons have. I mean, look at how many shots I'm losing right there into that edge. Sludges are beasts, man. They've always been so good. Yeah, man, everything is getting brutalized. This is way smoother, and this is the smoothest running thing so far today out of all the different tries. Maybe not. The DST LT's build did really good. None of the copters were making it anywhere near this far. Oh, I never even checked the targeting on the sludge launchers, though. No. No, the tree's not classed as a damaging defense. Neither are the ensnare auras. So that should only be hitting 3. Well, 4 with the magic missile. It's hitting both of the electric auras, the explodey trap, and the magic missile. The tree's not doing any damage. Well, I mean, it is because of the rune, but it doesn't count as a damaging defense. That doesn't get buffed. That damage from the rune doesn't get buffed by the buff beam. Only the range does. Pretty sure, anyway. I'll have to look at the tooltip of it again. Well, you can just look at the overdrive tooltip and see. Yeah, I didn't realize what you were talking about with overdrive. Oh, the magic missile's not upgraded yet, too, I gotta remember, and that's on the copters, so... I mean, they're getting cleared pretty easily now. And it's just the ones at the beginning of the lane when or beginning of the wave when there was a bunch of stuff going. Oh, it's all good. No, I just wasn't getting it. Not your fault. I just wasn't picking up what you was throwing down, that's all. Alright, let's take a look at the tooltips and see. That's not the tooltip for it, derp. Yeah, it's still over 102% defense damage. What up, Whoops? How you doing? So I'm pretty sure... Well, here, we can check the easiest way imaginable. It's at 101.95. If we got rid of that... Oh! It is counting. Did not expect that. I think I'm going to use it anyway. I'm not going to take the rune out. Because right now it's at the break-even point. So I'm not really losing. Nope, I didn't have everything upgraded either. Oh, crap. I didn't look at the ranges. But you see at max, it's 49.28. So it's like its range more than doubles. Nah, it's four towers and you're still at a positive. 5 and you're like very near a break even. And then more than that, you start losing. Actually, 5 you probably lose a little, but I don't think it's enough for me to worry about. Oh, whoa, whoa! Oh no. Why are the sledge launchers still shooting? Oh, they're not. Or yet? No, they're not. This is all spiders. Go, spiders, go. Man, if 3 spiders clear this, or 2 spiders or whatever it is. Or wait a minute, the sledges are shooting. What did we lose? We lost a tree? in the buff beam. See, I'm just straight up cheating now. Those sludge launchers shouldn't still be going off. Yeah, because there's no route there. Cheater, cheater. Maybe the placement is only, or the limitation is only tied to the placement. Yeah, they're still going. It's not something very common. I mean, how often do you lose your route unless you're like throwing it right up in front or something? Yeah, it was right there. Unless it... Oh, you see? You guys see what's going on? Or wait a minute, the route is still there. Alright, never mind. So what did I lose? Oh, I lost the magic missile. Okay, that makes sense. Well, I mean, obviously I didn't need it. I was gonna say, you don't have your tree go very often, but I do remember them in the past shutting down. I can't imagine there was any changes or anything like that in this update, or none of the changes would have affected that. That magic missile got just beat down. Gas trap, go burr. Yeah, that's a lot of sludges to be able to have there. Alright, what are we missing? Oh, we got a bunch of little guys. The gas trap hurting me now. Come on, little fellas. You can do it. Alright, what are we going to do? Do we want to put the magic missile back? I mean, we clearly didn't need it. But like I said, it is a magic missile. And magic missiles are fun. Put it back. It might get wrecked again. We'll find out. I mean, if it got wrecked last wave, there's no reason it wouldn't get wrecked this wave, right? The damage with the root scales with power and not fort. Yeah, I didn't even bother looking at that. How's it worded? Yeah, it says it scales with tower damage. Does a buff beam affect it, though? Because I don't really remember. Yeah, I got to get old Mike back out there, right? If he gets slapped again, then I will, I mean, that's so easy to test. You just throw a root down next to a dummy in Tavern. We'll check it if I remember when I go back out. Yeah, I mean, I've always buff beamed it for the range boost, but I've never really paid attention to is that making the root itself do more damage from the rune. That guy landed. Well, the thought there is they said that they're going to have increased stats on them. They wanted to mix it up a little bit so that people weren't locked into using rifted pets or fusion pets. So they're supposed to have higher stats, making up the difference. I haven't gotten Little Bomber good enough to compare yet, because I've got pretty decent rifted Little Bombers, you know? And I've only done it twice, that map twice, but both of them were just garbo compared to my Little Bombers I had. Yeah, it's weird. The Dark Elf Warrior just made it through and clapped on the root last wave. Throne Room. Wave 100 Throne Room. Kind of a slow burn, but I mean, they're dying. It'd be going a lot quicker if I had just boosted on the Apprentice, but like I said, I've been trying to take a super lazy chill mode day. How's everything holding up out here? All pretty good shape. Fine shape there. No real issues there. All right, wave 99. Can you do the Ancient Dragon whoops? If you can do the Ancient Dragon, then going back and getting fuse pieces from Ancient Dragon bonus waves. Oh, got to go through the waves. I mean, got to do it once, right? You got a golden monkey? Or are those from Endless Spires? I'll definitely want to get one of those for my squire. Well, unless I find a ridiculous supreme rock here, of course. Well, it's one of those tough calls. Like, without having all the runes and everything, or high-end versions of the runes anyway, the Huntress will likely do more damage, but the Rogue will have much more survivability. Whoop's got ads. All right, pretty smooth running wave. That gas trap is delaying the final mobs again. Come on, Mr. Sharkin. Are you back yet, Whoops? Are you still watching ads? Back now? Yeah, anyway, the Huntress will likely do a bit more damage, but the Rogue would have more survivability. So, like, if you want him to die quicker, until you get things dialed in, you're likely going to get more damage output out of your Huntress. But the Huntress is squishy, where the Rogue is kind of a tank, you know? So, like, you can't get hit by the fireballs or anything from the dragon on the Huntress, where the Rogue can likely eat one directly to the face. The Huntress would just get one tapped. Yeah, I mean, once you get it down, you'll be able to do it pretty much on any character. Yeah, you'll get it there. I know how you grind games, man. You'll be, like, completely beast mode in 2 days. Oh, Whoops is a grinder, Mushroom Cake. He will be all decked here in no time. Thanks for following there, Roscoe. Appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. I mean, a lot of people would disagree just because of lazy mode, where most people say sit in survival and farm the gear. But I've always been a big believer in mixed mode. It does drop higher, or it's got a higher quality ceiling of gear. Do you have to have that higher quality gear? No. But then you're guaranteed to get the piece you want too, is the thing. Where in survival, it's full on RNG. Like if you're looking for, say, a pair of primitive boots, you could literally go 100 waves in survival and never see primitive boots. You know? Where if you do the dedicated drop map, not only do you have the potential of getting a higher quality piece, but you're guaranteed to get the piece you want. So, I mean, I've done my fair share of AFKing in survival, but all of my best pieces came from mixed mode. There's no doubt. Another beater. Boo. Another POS. Bummer. Right. What time are we at? 4:20. I'm surprised my wife didn't come bitch. All right, let's look at that real quick, though, with the root. See, it's doing 567,000 per tick. Or wait a minute. What's going on here? It's all over the place. I don't have a pet equipped. That's doing damage. Oh, the dice pet is doing damage. Alright, so we're 523,000. If we give it a buff beam... Yeah, 1.3 mil, so it's definitely... The damage is definitely scaling up. With a buff beam, for sure. So, pretty fair that that counts. For overdrive. That sucks. Oops. I wish I had some. I'd hook you up, but I got rid of all my runes. And that one's just trash. I don't think I got any runes saved at all anymore. No, I got no runes. Wait a minute. No, nothing. I would send some your way. Well, the thing with runes is the favored maps are a trap. I mean, right now, that's a big deal because runes are only dropping from the victory chest. But when you look at the favored map on it, that only counts the victory chest drop, not the ground drops. So yeah, right now, that is a big deal. You know? It's never worth it in a grind game, but if you want to for fun, yeah, you can do a fresh start and save your old file. There's a video on my YouTube channel on how to do it. Just search how to fresh start and Dungeon Defenders Awakened on YouTube, and it should pop it up at the top of the list. So yeah, the favored maps, anyway, don't, why is it not letting me look at... Or I guess, where does it show the favored map? Or here it's showing him. Like Overdrive, for example, on Tornado Valley. That only counts the Tornado Valley victory chest. So when you look at the maps, you don't have to do Tornado Valley. You can do any of these. Like for me, I always enjoyed farming Endless Spires. So, like, I farmed that rune on Endless Spires. It's a big deal, for sure. Because you don't get the runes from the victory chest. It's one per map. Where you might have a gazillion drops during the course of a map. So, I mean, I've got every rune at Godly. Every rune in the game. And I want to say I probably maybe only got one or two Godly ones from the victory chest. So it's definitely a huge, huge deal. Well, you can always save your save file, and if you decide that it was a mistake, then plug your save file back in. Like I said, search it on YouTube, and it will step-by-step walk you through how to do it. But anyway, y'all, it is Sunday, and we are grilling burgers and eating some fries for dinner here. I got to do my little Sunday family dinner night. So anyway, that is going to get it for me for today. So thanks a ton for hanging out. I may or may not be live tomorrow. I'll either be live tomorrow or Tuesday, and going to be checking out a new survival game. But yeah, anyway, I'll be online on Discord most of the night tonight, so feel free to shoot me a message or whatever. But anyway, thanks a ton, y'all. Have a great weekend, and I will see you either tomorrow or Tuesday. Take it easy, y'all.